welcome back. This is your retired happy friend Carolyn from Mississippi. So if this is the first time you've joined me, I'm so glad you joined my channel. This is a good time to start. This is New Year's Day and it's the first day of 2026. So we are sitting on the front porch. Maisie and I just went for her after lunch walk and she's laying in the sun by the sidewalk right now. So I'm sitting on the front porch just enjoying this beautiful day. As you see behind me, the sky is clear, it's blue. There's just a really nice breeze. It's warm, so we're enjoying being outside. So today for lunch, we had our traditional black-eyed peas, cornbread, and greens, and the ham. And I'll show you how I cooked all of that. And it was so good. It was just really good. I feel good after eating a good basic meal of vegetables. So now I'm going to be putting up all of my Christmas decorations, cleaning my house, dust, vacuum, and get everything ready to start a new year. So my thankful for today is thankful for all the good things that came my way in 2025. I'm thankful for my YouTube channel that started this past year and all the good blessings that brought along with it. And my good word for today is found in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So we'll claim that verse as we start our new year and claim the plans that the Lord has for us that are going to be good. So a good motto and a good thing about a good way to look at the past year is remember and cherish all the good memories, all the good things that we had in 2025. Learn from all of the mistakes and all the boo-boos that happened in the last year and let them go. Let go of grudges, let go of mistakes, let go of bad memories, but learn from them. And then claim the hope that we have in the future, the hope that God gives us. And hope was the first candle we lit in Advent. And hope has a name, and his name is Jesus. So we will hope, and in this new year, as we start 2026, we're going to start it fresh with new hope, new happiness. Look forward to what this year is going to bring. So Monday, I'll share with you some things I'm going to do to start my new year, just getting organized and kind of getting off to a fresh start, cleaning up from the holidays and just starting anew. And if it's any of it you can use that I share, then I'm glad to share what I do. If it doesn't apply to you and you can't use it, well, just let it go, and that's okay too. But I'd love to hear in the comments how you spent your New Year's Day. What did you have? Do you have a traditional meal that you have for New Year's Day? And what did you do? Are you cleaning your house and putting up your decorations, getting ready to start fresh and new? I hear from people all over the world. I hear from Peru, South Africa, Italy, Canada. And it's just so interesting to me to hear how other people do, the habits, the routines they do, things they like, meals, food they like. So please put in the comments and share. And I think everybody who reads my comments will enjoy hearing what you share. So thank you. Happy New Year. And I will see you again on Monday as we start a whole new year. Macy and I just got a gift. The FedEx truck just came and left a package at our door. So let's see what it is. This is a cute little gift bag. Isn't that adorable? Let's see what's inside. Oh, how cute. That is so pretty. Thank you. That is just gorgeous. Oh, and it's all handmade. And look at this cute little box. I wish I could open it without messing up the ribbon. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Oh, look at the Christmas tree on top of the box. How pretty. Oh, I love Christmas presents, Christmas surprises. Oh, how beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Blessings are all around us. How true that is. Beautiful little angel. And even the back of it's beautiful. We'll hang that on our Christmas tree from 2025. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's see. There's not a name on this one. So let's see what's on the card. This is such a nice surprise. He is still found by those who seek him. That is so sweet and so precious. And I am right now in the middle of working on the Retired Happy Cookbook, and it's coming along. I had to go to the library today and get some help on the setup. So, how beautiful. Y'all are so thoughtful. And it is such a blessing to me that I have found all of you. So I thank all of you for coming, for watching Retired Happy, and just supporting us. Oh, true God Wink stories of dogs and the blessings they bring. Dog winks. Oh, that will be so much fun to read this year. Thank you. Now one more. Let's see what this is. It amazes me how y'all can pack these boxes so well. And here's another little gift bag. Adorable. Just adorable. Oh, this is to Maisie from Sue. Maisie just keeps getting visits from Santa. So let's see what this one is. Maisie? Maisie, come here. Come here, Maisie. Come here, Maisie. Come here. Look. Look. Come here. Come here. Look. Come on. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Look. You've got a Christmas present. Look, Maisie. Oh, lamb chop. Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. Maisie, that is too cute for you to chew on. But it's yours, so I'm going to give it to you and let you play with it because it is your gift. It is your Christmas gift. Here you go. Oh, look at there. She loves it. She loves it. Maisie, where did you go? There you are. How do you like? Whoa, wait a minute. I'm not going to take it away from you. Come here, Maisie. Come here. Let's see lamb chop. Maisie. I think she likes it. It is a hit. This little dog did not know how to play when I got her, and now she knows how to play. And she has a good assortment of toys. There's her Rudolph on the floor, and there's her monkey and her little squirrel. And this one is a gingerbread boy that one of our neighbors gave her last year. So she is really getting a good assortment of toys. Oh, lamb chop is so pretty. Well, it's New Year's and time to get the peas ready. So I have half a pound of dried black-eyed peas. And these are the ones that I get at Kroger. They're just dried black-eyed peas. So this is a tradition in the South that we have black-eyed peas. When I was growing up, we had hog jowl. I don't get that anymore because it's salty and I don't need all the salt, but I am going to fix a ham steak I got at the grocery store last month, and I haven't used it, so this will be my New Year's dinner. I'm going to fix cornbread, and I'll have some greens in my little garden out back, and I'll show you my little garden. And I do have turnip greens and mustard greens growing, so that's going to be my New Year's dinner. So I'm going to take my peas, wash them, rinse them off, look through, see if there are any bad ones that need to come out, and then I'll put them in my crock pot, turn it on high, and let them start soaking. Now I've rinsed my peas and I didn't really see any bad ones that I needed to take out, which is a good thing. So I have about 1 inch or 2 inches of water covering the peas, and I'm going to put it in the crock pot, put the lid on, and turn it on high. Now since the peas are dry, they will absorb a lot of water, so I'll come back and check them probably in about 2 hours and see how they're going, but I don't think they'll need any more water than that. So these will be ready to eat for my New Year's dinner. Well, the peas have been cooking in the crock pot on high for 3 hours now. So I just added 2 tablespoons of lard. That's going to be the grease I'm adding to them. And I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of salt, because this is a lot of peas. So I'm going to keep cooking them on high. And since they've soaked up most of the water that they started cooking in, I'm going to go ahead and add another ½ cup of water, and they'll be soaking those up. So there we go. Put the lid back on it and let it continue to cook on high while I do my other work. Putting up Christmas decorations. This is my little garden in my flower bed behind my house. I have the radishes on the end, the mustard greens are in the middle, and the turnip greens are on the very end. So I'm going to pick them and get them ready to wash and cook for New Year's dinner. They do need some thinning out. They're growing a little too thick, so I'm going to pull some out of the middle too to give them more room to grow. Hopefully we'll get some more turnips out of it. It's New Year's Day and time to get the black-eyed peas and turnip greens ready. So the black-eyed peas have been cooking. I put them from the crock pot into my big boiler this morning so they could start cooking. So they are tender now. I'm going to turn the heat on again and let them boil and get a little bit thicker. So I've put about a ½ cup of the chopped ham in it. And the rest of the ham steak I'm going to cook as a ham and eat it with my peas and cornbread. So we'll turn the burner back on under the black-eyed peas, and I'm going to start washing the greens. Get the greens all washed and in a bigger boiler and get them on to cook. Then I'll get the cornbread done. And when I pulled my greens out of my little garden, I had 1 turnip that's big enough to bring in and cook. So I'm washing my greens, and I know they came out of my garden, so there's no pesticides on them, and I'm washing all of the pine straw and the dirt off, and I'm breaking them in half so they'll be a little bit smaller when I pick them up to eat. Now my peas are boiling. I'm going to turn them down. Now I'm using a combination of mustard greens and turnip greens, and this is what my mother and grandmother always did. So the mustard greens have a bigger leaf. And the turnip greens, let me see if I can find a little turnip green. The turnip green leaves are more like that on the stem. So we like a combination of the mustard greens and turnip greens. If I'm buying them at the store and they only have turnip greens, then that's what I get, because I don't really see mustard greens at the produce market a lot. But they're really good when they're cooked together. Now I have my greens all washed, and I broke the leaves in half so they won't be so big when I eat it. But these were very tender greens. You saw out in my backyard when I was picking them. These are very young, tender greens, so they're going to be really good. So I'm going to put a little bit of water on them, put a little bit of bacon grease in it, and salt, and then put them on to cook. Now everything is cooking, and the oven is hot, and it's time to start the cornbread. So I have my self-rising flour, self-rising cornmeal. I'm going to use a ½ cup of each of them. So in my bowl, I'll put my ½ cup self-rising cornmeal, ½ cup self-rising flour, 1 egg, and buttermilk. Now I have my oil in my little skillet, my little 8-inch iron skillet in the oven, and it's heating. And this time I'm using bacon grease in my cornbread. Usually it takes about a cup of buttermilk for this much flour and cornmeal. So we'll get that mixed up, and while the grease in my little iron skillet is heating, I'll get this mixed up and have it ready to put in a very hot. I have my oven heating at 425. So I want my batter to be kind of thin. I don't want it real thick, but about that consistency. So I didn't measure it, but that is approximately 1 cup of buttermilk. So just keep adding your buttermilk until you get it. It's hard to describe it, but it's not thick and it's not thin, but just a medium thick batter. Okay, now let's go ahead and get the skillet out of the oven. The oil is hot. This is my 8-inch skillet. And you hear that sizzle. So that's what we want. Now we will mix the oil up in the batter and pour the batter right back into that hot iron skillet. And mine is an 8-inch iron skillet, which is just right for me for one person. So now the bread batter goes into the skillet, and we'll pop that back in the oven, and it will bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll keep a check on it, and I'll let you know when I take it back out how long it cooked. And this is sizzling on the side. If you haven't made cornbread a lot, this is what it looks like. It should sizzle in the iron skillet when you put the batter in. Now I have the ham in the little skillet. The greens are cooking. They're down on a low simmer. And the black-eyed peas are on a low simmer. I'm going to turn everything down and let it just kind of stay hot and simmer while the cornbread is cooking. Meanwhile, the ham, I'll fry that little ham steak and have it ready when the cornbread gets ready. So now the cornbread is done. I'm going to turn it out on the counter, on a paper towel, and let it cool. That's Maisie playing with her toy. Now I have my plate ready for lunch. I'm ready to sit down and eat. Happy New Year's. So this is the peas are done. The turnip greens, mustard greens, and a little turnip. The pot liquor is on the bottom of my plate. I have my ham steak, the cornbread, some fresh onion, and these are some little mandarin oranges that I got at the grocery store. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot sauce on my peas and sit down and eat and celebrate this New Year's Day.